Nancy is a guard's daughter. Ever since she was a little girl, she had taken a keen interest in the Skarloey Railway, and would often visit the shed after school to polish and clean the engines. The engines were all very fond of her, and always looked forward to her visits. As the years went by, Nancy grew older, and her visits became less frequent. Nonetheless, she always made sure to stop by when she could to give them all a good but all that was about to change.
The Isle of Man?
Exclaimed Sir Handel one evening in the shed.
Yes.
Said a fully grown Nancy.
The missus and I thought it over, and we agree it's what's best for our futures.
But who's gonna polish and clean us? Especially me!
Cried Duncan.
No one could do it any better than you!
Nancy chuckled.
I'm sure the other cleaners will learn to look after you all just as well as I have.
Exactly so.
Agreed Rheneas.
But it all seems as though it's happening so fast.
Nancy and the other engines gave a collective sigh in agreement. But we'll never see you again, said Rusty, trying to hold back their tears.
I wouldn't say that,
comforted Nancy.
I'll still come by and visit the railway whenever I can. I can't stay away from you all for too long.
That cheered the engines up a little, and as Nancy prepared to leave for home, they all promised her that they would make sure her last days on the railway would be as excellent as possible. Skarloey, meanwhile, had said nothing. He was deeply in thought about Nancy's news. Over the coming days, Nancy visited the Skarloey Railway as often as she could. She visited all her favorite stops along the line, and even volunteered at the Refreshment Ladies' Cafe. Everyone was happy to see her, and they all wished her the best of luck on the Isle of Man. When the days were done, Nancy would visit the sheds and give all the engines a good cleaning. They were all very pleased to see her, and would talk and laugh till the stars came out. Except for Skarloey. Nancy began to worry. One morning, Nancy arrived at the sheds with some polish and a rag. She saw Skarloey resting alone.
Wake up, lazy bones,
she chuckled.
Your brass is filthy. Aren't you ashamed?
Skarloey opened a sleepy eye and sighed mournfully.
What's got you down?
Asked Nancy.
Is it my leaving? Skarloey, I wish I could stay, but...
It's not that.
He cut in.
I want what's best for you. Make no mistake. It's just that. Your leaving makes me sadder than any driver, fireman, foreman, or controller that's left this railway.
Nancy was surprised.
Really?
I've watched you grow from a little girl into a brilliant young woman,
Skarloey continued.
And I've been there for so many of the greatest days of your life, like your wedding.
The old engine sighed.
I suppose that's why it hurts so much more. It's hard for me to think about life on this railway without watching you grow up on it. To me, you're still that little girl who always came after school to polish us.
Nancy smiled, touched by Skarloey's words.
They have a word for all that, Skarloey. Love.
Skarloey looked at Nancy, and then he smiled too.
I suppose I sound just like your father now.
He chuckled.
Indeed you do, you horrid old crosspatch.
Laughed Nancy.
Fusspot,
replied Skarloey cheekily. The two old friends laughed and reminisced together as Nancy polished and cleaned Skarloey for the final time. And for a fleeting moment, they both felt as young as when they had first met. But all too soon, it came to an end, and Nancy had to leave to help at the cafe. Skarloey watched her go, once again, lost in his thoughts. Soon the dame came for Nancy to leave for her new home. Before she left, She stopped by the shed and gave all the engines one last polish and cleaning. Once she had finished, Nancy took one last long look at the engines.
You've all been wonderful friends.
She said.
I'll miss you dearly.
The engines all tried to hide their sadness, but some couldn't help shedding a few tears.
I was not crying. I just had the sunlight in my eye. Everyone knows that.
Then, as Nancy turned to leave, they erupted into a chorus of whistles as a final farewell to their dear friend, and no one whistled louder than Scarlet.